Welcome to your daily focus, March the 18th, 2022. My name is Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. I send it right back to you. Before we get into everything, I want to do a shameless plug. Some of my jewelry will be on a live sale the Friday night, so March the 18th. At 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. So you'll have to, go to the site. The live sale will be on Instagram, but you can also find her. And oh my gosh, she has such the most amazing gems and crystals, and you'll want to check her out anyways, even if you're not interested in my jewelry. And I will leave the link below for you to check out the site and show up for the sale, perhaps, if it works in your time schedule. I'm sure you will not be disappointed. And for those of you who do not know, I do make my own jewelry, so I've got a couple of pieces, a few more than a couple of pieces, being showcased tonight. Or I guess it would be tonight for me. So crystal even stars, but I will leave the information below for you. So what do we have today? We have the 18 energy. The 18 energy is about your heart, your inner child, your magic, your emotion, your emotion, your love center. It's about understanding what makes us happy, what makes us tick, what makes us motivated. And we also look at the parts of ourselves that we don't want to belong. Maybe we overeat, or we gamble, or we use illegal drugs, or we drink, or we smoke, or whatever our vice may be. And understand how to transform that into something positive. 1 plus 8 is a 9 energy. The 9 energy is, yes, about completions and closures and healing. It's allowing the past to remain in the past. It's getting that unfinished project out of the way. It's getting rid of the clutter. It's removing things from our life that we want to remove from our lives. Getting determined about it so that we can make space for the new beginnings, the new starts, the new opportunities, the new relationships. And if we do the numerology of the day, it is also an 18. 1 plus 8 is a 9. So that being said, the energy is extremely strong for that 18 energy to appear in our lives today. So we may be looking inwardly. And when we're looking inwardly, we may have that epiphany or that aha moment of what we need to do, of what we need to transform, of what we need to bring into our lives, or what we need to leave into the past. Leave into the past, because we're not actually in the past yet, right? We're working towards that goal. We have the sun in Pisces, and now the moon will start off in Virgo very early in the day, and we'll have our full moon at that point. And then within, I think it's like 10 seconds or less than 10 seconds, the moon moves into Libra. So that full moon being right at like 27 degrees, which is also a 9, right? 2 plus 7. It's so potent. This full moon is so potent for us to release, to let go. I mean, make your bucket list of what you don't want in your life. And then try and figure out what you have control over, and then work on maybe the top one or the top couple. Maybe you haven't filed your taxes in a couple of years. Maybe you haven't phoned a friend in quite some time. And it's bugging you in the background, at least in the subconscious. You know it's there, but you've moved it to the back burner, or you've ignored it like it's not really there. Maybe you've always wanted to start something and there's something hindering you from actually starting it. Release that. Find out what it is. What is blocking you? What is weighing you down? What is making you procrastinate? What is, and sometimes it's just raising the belief in ourselves. And sometimes it's actually removing something in our environment, in our perceptions, in our circles of friendships. So we have that beautiful full moon energy. And, since the sun is in Pisces, we are looking at our spiritual connection. And are we taking time to meditate, to pray, to create our create our inspirations, our desires, putting our focus on us and our dreamland and what we want to bring in, and congratulating ourselves for the things that we have accomplished, and understanding our strength and our courage and getting to know ourselves. That's all wrapped up to the 18 energy. Getting to know that inner core of who you really are, of what makes you tick, of what gets you motivated, of what has to be in place in order for you to mess up, and then you mess up. What is it that you constantly do day in, day out, and you're still struggling through? Okay, because that's really insanity, right? You do the same thing day in, day out, and you expect a new result. It's not going to happen. What needs to be tweaked? What needs to be changed? It could be the smallest of things. And since it's in Virgo, we will be looking at our day-to-day routines. It could be in health. It could be in well-being. Maybe you're doing everything right for that diet, but you're eating after 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock or whatever, and you're finding that is the danger zone. So what do you do differently in order to avoid that danger zone? Maybe you take up needlepoint so your hands are always busy. Maybe you're doing YouTube videos so that you're talking instead of smoking. I don't know what it might be, but you do. And so this full moon gives us the energy to work through it, to be working through it with a confidence, with, and express yourself. This is the time to let yourself out of the box. And so what is keeping you in that box? What is keeping you from taking that next step on your path? Plus, I think Pluto's involved with this one. So Pluto, we have power. We have influence because we have a confidence. It's our inner warrior, our primal warrior coming out of us to meet our goal, to step towards our vision. We'll have a tremendous drive. We'll have a determination. So maybe it's raising your confidence a little bit more so that you can grab onto that strength, that courage, and really step into your tomorrow that you can see. You can see it. So what's holding you back? What's in between you and that dream? And like I say, it could be something very small and insignificant in your eyes, but if you sit down and take the spiritual approach to turning your thoughts inwardly, to meditating on it, to praying on it, to contemplating or pondering it, you'll be amazed what this energy will bring in. You will have that epiphany. You'll have that aha moment. Your intuition will say, this is what we need to do. I think I'm going to wrap in Saturday here, because Saturday is really a lot of the same energy. It will be, now the wonderful thing about Saturday energy is that it's a 19. So 1 plus 9 is a 10. So the 19 is the sun. I am our accomplishments. So I am is very strong and powerful. I think I have a Dylan hair or something here. Or a Milo hair. Dylan sheds like crazy. 24 hours, 7 days a week. He sheds like crazy. Milo goes more with the seasons. It's a little bit more tolerable. Anyways, back to us. The one energy. The one energy is the I am energy. It's the trailblazer. It is the pioneer. It's about new thoughts, new adventures, new travels, new opportunities, new relationships. It's about new beginnings. And it starts with you, the I am. So that, and I think something with Venus and Uranus, well, whenever those two are together, and I don't know if they're talking well with each other, I think they are, but even when they're not, something out of the blue can happen, especially in your relationships, to really make it like an eyes open kind of adventure for you. And with the Virgo full moon, we do have our eyes open. Absolutely. We have our eyes open to our relationships, our health and well-being, our day in, day out routine, how we make money, how we invest money, how we spend money, how we take care of ourselves. Bringing in harmony, bringing in beauty, really. Beauty is more of the word to, and true beauty to your world and inviting it in. Okay, shall we get to the cards? So very potent, and I said this in my Glance at March video. I said this probably in the new moon video, that new moon was only to us to dream about what we were going to do in this full moon energy in order to really have, once the new moon arrives in Aries, which isn't that far off, how we're just going to just step into that new beginning because we've done the work. We've been working hard since the beginning of March. How many of you started journaling? How many of you are still journaling? Do you need to turn your focus back to that? Didn't you start? It's okay. Start now. You've got time. So, let's cut the cards, shall we? If you want to raise your energy, watch my ways of bringing in gratitude, or what happens to you when you bring in gratitude into your life, and start a little gratitude journal if nothing else. Watch your world explode. Look who shows up, the High Priestess. The High Priestess asks us to sit in quiet contemplation, look within, and discover our magic. We all have magic within us, absolutely. So you have to recognize it. You don't have to find it. It's there. You just have to say, I know I have magic in me. That's really hard for a lot of people. We're told magic. You don't want magic. That's magic. That's black magic. And, cats turning into witches and bats and flying off. And you want to stay away from that cauldron thing. Okay, you know what? We were told to fear that by certain individuals. When you really look at things with a broader outlook, you will know that the magic I am talking about is good. It's a divine energy coming that is gifted to you at birth. Absolutely. So your magic, your spark. And know that there is magic around you. No, this is definitely, and it won't be a small epiphany or anything with these. There'll be significant epiphanies throughout the next couple of weeks for sure. If you already haven't had some, and I do believe since that last new moon you have. If you think about it, you've had some epiphanies. You've had some aha moments. Did you write them down? Did you journal about them? All important stuff to do right now. And it doesn't cost you a penny to do these things. So we're so bought up in the thought that if it was really worth something that Tilly was saying, she'd be charging for it. No. I get gifted in so many different ways by showing up and giving you your messages. Oh, look at who shows up next, the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups, who pretty well hid from us for the last 7 years, appears for 2022. Some of 2021 as well. That's when it started coming back. And throughout 2022, here it is again. Make your wish. Say your desire. State your dream. Maybe it's only to yourself. Maybe you're looking in the mirror. Maybe it's to God, your angels, your spirit guides. But you definitely want to focus on the magic that you have within it gives you the potential to actually get that dream. And don't worry, we're going to enter some energy where we take off all the rainbows and unicorns and we're left with something that really can be brought into reality for ourselves. And it's better than what we were imagining anyways. So, but how are you going to fill those cups? Now, we have 9 cups here. So look at different areas of your life. Don't make the dream just about, I really want a career. That's it. What about your relationships with friends, with your community, with a spouse, a partner? What about your health and well-being? What about your spirituality? What about your educational outlook? Your learning experiences? Maybe it's travel experiences. Maybe we want to change something in our lifestyle, our environment. Fill all those cups up. If there was ever a time to actually journal all this stuff, sit for the whole day and just journal, for goodness sakes. That's basically what I'm telling you to do. And I know you can't do that, so make it a priority. Give yourself 15 minutes, okay? I know I want a Netflix binge tonight and I just don't want to do anything else, but I'm going to give myself 15 minutes, set the timer, and journal for 15 minutes about some of the things that I've mentioned here that really stick out for you as an individual. And let me know how it goes. Please, don't keep me in the dark. 8 of Swords. Wow. 8 of Swords, right smack dab in the middle, people. So, our perception is we're trapped. We can't move. We have swords all around us, so we are in a cage. We are blindfolded. We are trapped. We are immobilized. The castle is way in there, but it's kind of darkened. It's like, we know it exists. Our dream is out there, but oh my goodness. There's no way I can accomplish. There's no way I can go forward. This stands in the way. This person might think that. They might not be my friend anymore. They may laugh at me. I might fail. All of these little things come out. Now, it's time to stand here in quiet. You know what? Your feet aren't tied up. And neither are your hands. So all along we could have kicked our feet out a little bit. Those swords don't even look like they're in the ground that much. We could have kicked one over and started going towards our dream, but we didn't. It was a fear, it was an anxiety, but it was our perception of the situation at a time. This is where the blindfold, we rip it off and we get that new perception. It breaks the paradigm. It breaks the old way of us thinking about where we are trapped, where we are cornered, where we can't move forward. That has allowed procrastination or anxiety or a fear or a little bit of all of that all rolled up in one. We can move forward now. It's about looking within. It's about looking within. Getting that aha moment. That'll inspire you. That realization, that knowledge, that clarity. And it puts you on a turning point. So turning points can definitely be a part of it. The 6 of Swords. The 6 of Swords says it's time for new adventures, new journeys, new lifestyles. It's time to grab onto that gold ring and go. Those swords in front of us is our wisdom, is our knowledge. It's about our courage that we've built, our fortitude that we've built, our passions that we've built, our strengths that we've built. And they will protect us in going forward. We have that in our toolbox going forward, so to speak. There's somebody also sitting with us on the boat. Maybe they are there to take over for when we cannot paddle our way across. But we're definitely going into new lands, new opportunities, new ways of being, becoming. Under a full moon energy. Look at that full moon. And the 3 of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles says, you know what? It doesn't matter if anybody's watching, okay? You don't do it because somebody else might be watching. You do it because it's your steps towards your goal, towards your dream. It doesn't matter if anybody's watching. Now, with this card, somebody is always watching, but they're more in the shadows. You don't really see them watching. They don't come up and pat you on the back and say, good job. Now, this is about taking your dream. It's about, it's about taking the paintbrush and putting it on the canvas. You can make the picture any way you want. You can make your reality any way you want. Absolutely. Will it take hard work? Absolutely. Will it take struggle? Absolutely. Will it take your own inspiration? Creativity? Absolutely. Will it be unique to you? Absolutely. Will it be hard? Absolutely. Are you up for it? Absolutely. So this is where you focus on your path forward. Don't worry about anybody else's thoughts on it. Don't worry if somebody can help out here or there. That will show up when you need it. Trust me. Keep in constant communication with God, your angels, your spirit guides, and tell them how your day was. Well, that day kind of sucked. What are you guys doing to me? I did this, this, and this. And you will, if you sit in quiet and just breathe, you will hear the answers. Maybe it'll be seemingly a conversation with yourself, but you'll hear it. Okay, we'll get a mantra card, of course, followed by the animal card, of course, followed by the journey of love card, because that always brings these readings completely together. Very few times have I not received goosebumps from that deck. So it's definitely one that, if I were to lose it, I would replace it in a heartbeat. That's actually with all my decks, though. I love my decks. Originality, blaze your own trail. I think I was just fading off from that sentence, and here it is again. So we're still on the subject of blazing your own trail. Look at how happy we are. We know we've got this. Build your confidence, build your strength, build your perception of really who you are, and really understand the potential, the magic that you have within you. And start celebrating you. Start celebrating those little steps. And just dance it out. Smile. And if you're sad, if you had a bad day, then dance it out too, and you'll begin to smile. Get some energy going. Get that blood pumping. Look at that. The wave, I see the wave in the moon. So it will be an emotional time for us. So chances are relationships are probably going to be highlighted in this moon. But it's our emotion. It's celebrating who we are. It's raising our vitality. Look at that. I've opened up to moving forward and new beginnings. Move forward, new beginnings. So we have to move forward in order to get to that new beginning. So originality is be a go-getter. Be a free spirit by nature. Exhibit originality, courage, and defiance. We were all born to succeed and breathe excitement, love, and life into the lives of others. So despite our chaotic ways and gregarious nature, we are also all loving and generous. The mantra is, love me without fear, trust me without wondering, love me without restriction, love me without demands. I am worth it. Okay, we'll see what animal comes to visit us today. It's a beautiful day outside my window today, and the birds are chirping, and it's coming alive, and spring is in the air. So I think, being in the season too also helps me. Now, I know we're not all in the same season. Some of you are looking at your fall, your autumn. So my environment is also helping me get in alignment with the beauty, the magic that has been around us since really the beginning of the year for the most part, huh? Oh, look at that. Blessings again. So what I said, gratitude. Know how having just something simple in your life, like having a few things that you are grateful for, and reminding yourself of how grateful you are, how thankful you are, things really changes. And the video is based on the scientific approach to let's study a group of people that journal gratitude. And it's amazing how those studies all come together to really say the same things. So I'm giving you the top 10 changes that will occur in your life if you start doing gratitude. I think it's like 5 minutes, 6 minutes. Take the time out and understand just how important something as simple and effective gratitude is. So blessings. Count your blessings. Blessings, gratitude, and thanks. Feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it. It's a perfect opportunity to create peace within your soul so that gratitude is pure and there is forgiveness from the past by looking at the now and then and creating the future. Begin a new tradition. Maybe create a gratitude tree and write down a few things that you are grateful for each day. Hang it on the tree as a reminder. Go around your dinner table, express thanks, not just on Thanksgiving. Create a gratitude journal. Whatever way you want to express your gratitude to spotlight your blessings, do it so that there is a constant reminder around you so that you can see that you are blessed, even if you feel otherwise. And I tell you, when you go through those challenging moments and you're already got something in the form of a gratitude prayer, gratitude thanks, gratitude journal, it does help you to move through that, to flow through that, to let the bad experience flow through you, and rather than being a blockage. Okay, Journey of Love card here. Oh my goodness. They're alive. Oh, the boys were going crazy because there was 2 really big geese in the backyard. Oh, they wanted to go out and chase them. I had one dog years and years ago, Rosie. She was a smart little dog, let me tell you. She wasn't too little. She was a Rottie Lab mix, so she loves swimming. So if you've ever seen a Rottweiler swim towards you, because Rotties, they're kind of back and heavy too, right? So it's a little bit harder for them to swim. But anyway, she loves swimming, and the Canadian geese used to land in my creek out back, and they would call to her. And she would go down and she would swim with them, and she would watch the nests when they'd go out hunting, and she'd be out there swimming with the babies and making sure they were all okay. And this is long before we had cell phones, much less cameras on our cell phones, because it was so heartbreaking. The first year Rosie passed away one Boxing Day. And that spring, the geese came and were calling her, and I tears were in my eyes because I thought, she's not here anymore. But I have that memory. It just tells me how much harmony there can be in the world and love there can be in the world. We just all need to try a little harder sometimes. Look at this, Sweet Soul Rising 20. Sweet Soul Rising. I love the picture. Okay, we'll start with the poem. With innocence I share my heart, a smile expressing with a tear, sweet words and feelings that impart everything that I hold dear. The promise of a blossom high, the air is bathed in fragrant scent. To reach the sun you have to fly. Desire wells with love that's meant. To wait for heaven's soft embrace, a fruit so firm and succulent. God's promise must remain so chaste, while passion's glow is slowly spent. Such patience born with times in sight, my soul doth burn in embers light, and savors fresh and moist and ripe, the gift of love when it is right. Okay. That turkey stuck to me. Sweet soul rising. You may feel lost in your own thoughts and feelings, and this is the sweetness of surrender into another world. It's a time to dream, to wonder, not to be clear and sharp right at this precise moment. If you have a clear plan, let it become soft, and feel your heart open to allowing whatever may be. We might believe that it is through action and dynamic assertiveness that we make our way through the world, yet sometimes the sweetness of the soul rises, and instead we can flow gently with the currents of the cosmic ocean, unsure of where we are headed, but safe in the truth that all waters naturally return to the ocean, where they all wanting to go eventually anyways. You can use your own efforts to swim to your destination against the current at all times, or you can float on the sweet love of your own soul as it enjoys the privilege of letting to know itself as one with the divine. This oracle brings you guidance now. Surrender and flow. This is not a time to assert yourself, your will, try to make things happen, no matter how much you may want to or believe that you should. There is something bigger happening, and everything is going to turn out perfectly according to the far larger plan that includes your well-being too, beloved. Sometimes we have to let go of our expectations about how that bigger plan will be achieved and just let it happen, trusting that it will and actually take place even without us striving to make it so. This is one of those times. Wow. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.